Welcome, everybody. I could not be more excited to welcome all of you to our second annual Colorado Showcase event. My name is Lauren Edwards, and I'm the Executive Director of Sea Change. We're headquartered in Columbus, Ohio, which is where I am tonight. And I want to thank each and every one of you for tuning in tonight. I know we've got all kinds of folks from Colorado, but we've also got folks from all over the country. When we were looking at the registrations, we had people from all over. So thank you for everybody for logging in and helping to celebrate these amazing entrepreneurs. We had a fantastic cohort of 15 entrepreneurs that have been working really, really hard since August on their businesses. And these social entrepreneurs, you're going to get to hear from every single one of them tonight. We are going to not only let you hear from them, but we are also going to share with you how you can continue to support them both tonight and moving into the future. We also want you to be a part of the show. So whether you are tuning in from LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, or YouTube, I think those are our four LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube audiences tonight. You should have the ability to chat. If you have a question for an entrepreneur or want to throw some words of encouragement or support when you hear them talking, do that. And those words may just show up on the screen or may be used in our Q&A a little bit later. So one of the biggest questions we get asked all the time, and since you all are here listening to a Sea Change Showcase event, a lot of people ask, what is Sea Change? Well, that's a fantastic question. We are a nonprofit organization that is based in Columbus, Ohio, but has programming across the country. We help social entrepreneurs identify their financially sustainable business plan, so a path towards financial sustainability using normal business practices like sales, and simultaneously identify their measurable social impact. And so what good are they going to do? So every entrepreneur that you guys hear tonight is really doing this out of the goodness of their hearts. Of course, they want to be an entrepreneur, they want to be a business owner and make some money, but really the reason why they're getting started is because they want to do good. And we also want them to connect with all of you and with their, what we call their local entrepreneurship ecosystem. So all of you, again, can continue to support them, but each of these folks have those two components, both a financially sustainable business plan and their social impact. There are 3 different ways that we deliver this curriculum. We have a 14-module curriculum I'll talk about in a second. We have our signature cohorts. That is what you are here for today. A signature cohort is a 14-module program that runs for about 4 months. We have those in 4 locations: Central Ohio, Northeast Ohio, the state of Colorado, and in North Carolina in the Raleigh-Durham Chapel Hill Triangle. We also have affiliate partners across the country. These are other amazing entrepreneurship support organizations that want to support their entrepreneurs with a social enterprise curriculum. So you can see some examples on the bottom of this slide. We also have our curriculum available online for any entrepreneur anywhere. So anybody who wants to take just one module or a handful of modules, you can go to our website, learn more, and take a handful of modules and even get some support from our experts on our team. That curriculum looks something like this. We cover everything from normal stuff like testing your business models, financial leadership and figuring out your finances, branding and communications. But we do all of that through these 2 lenses of both financial sustainability and social impact. That's one of the things that really differentiates us from a lot of the other curriculums out there and the other accelerators out there. We really want to help these entrepreneurs, all of our participants, soon to be alumni. We want to help them figure out what to do when there's tension between some of these things and learn how to work through that and learn how to ultimately do good while doing business. And it's working. Our alumni are changing lives. We do a triannual survey every 3 years, and these are some selected numbers from our 2024 survey. The numbers you're seeing here, it's 476 graduates. So in the hundreds, right? Hundreds of alumni, hundreds of businesses that are touching 3.056 million lives. millions of lives that are impacted by these hundreds of graduates. They're also earning revenue. They're staying in business at almost twice the rate of a traditional entrepreneur, and they're receiving additional investment. We're also proud to say that the majority of our entrepreneurs are more diverse. We have more female-owned and minority-owned businesses than most of the populations in which we work. People make all of this happen, and I would be remiss to not thank our team, which I know we're going to thank our team later, but I am just so proud of our market manager in Colorado, Charlene, and her coordinator. They have been working tirelessly alongside of these entrepreneurs to help them move forward further faster, which is a little bit of our tagline. You guys will hear from me again all the way at the end, but in the meantime, I want to introduce you to or connect you to AZ, our Director of Programming, to tell you a little bit more about some of the people that have made this particular cohort a success.
Hi, everyone. My name is AZ, like Lauren said, Director of Programming here at SeaChange, and I'm super excited to introduce to you some of the people involved in this year's Colorado Signature Cohort. So first, I want to start with our staff. You've already had the opportunity to meet Lauren Edwards, our Executive Director. We also have, as Lauren shared, our Colorado Market Manager, Charlene Emery Proctor, as well as our Colorado Program Coordinator, Catherine O'Grady. You'll hear a little bit more from them later on. Thank you as well to our Director of Storytelling and Marketing, Brian Keurig, and our Programming and Storytelling Lead, Jack Damos, who have been working behind the scenes diligently to make sure that this event runs smoothly. There are more staff engaging with you all in each of our live stream channels. Our market managers, Rika and Ellie, who are based in Ohio, as well as our partnership manager, Carla Boone. Thank you all for your hard work and making tonight such a success. We also couldn't do what we do without our board members. Thank you all for helping support our organization in so many ways. We literally could not run this cohort without our amazing volunteers. Thank you to you all. These folks were mentors, facilitators, volunteers during the last few months of the cohort, and thank you for everything you did and what you contributed. We'd love for you to get involved. If you're interested in volunteering with future SeaChange cohorts in any of our markets to help these social entrepreneurs move forward faster, please reach out or scan the QR code. We have volunteer opportunities for mentors, facilitators, in-kind awards, sponsorships, and other volunteer roles. We also have a volunteer pitch panel. Thank you to our panelists for volunteering their time tonight. We'll introduce them a bit later on. Thank you to our sponsors who are supporting our entrepreneurs and our organization. And lastly, thank you to our partners who have provided these entrepreneurs with mentorship, advisors, and have contributed in so many more ways to help these entrepreneurs move forward faster. Next, I'm going to transition and turn things over to Charlene.
Hi, everyone. My name is Charlene Emery Proctor. I'm the market manager here in Colorado, and I'm so excited to be here with you all tonight to celebrate these wonderful entrepreneurs. One of our favorite parts of the showcase is the crowd favorite event. This is where you, the audience, get to choose one of our awards. Each of you who registered using our Eventbrite link had the opportunity to vote on your favorite venture in the 2025 Colorado Signature Cohort. But because you're tuning in live tonight, you get a surprise extra free vote. Whether you're watching on YouTube, Instagram, LinkedIn, or Facebook, the link to vote again for crowd favorite will be placed in the chat by a SeaChange team member. We're going to reopen voting just for a little bit longer. So if you didn't get a chance to vote or would like to donate to buy more votes, you have a chance to do that now. We'll be closing voting shortly after these videos play, and even if you voted once, you can scan the QR code again on your screen to vote again. As a reminder, every participant in this cohort is eligible for this award, and whoever receives the most votes will take home all of the funds raised. And we have amazing news. We have already surpassed last year's total, and we're trying to get to 2,000. So we want to ask you to help us get there. No gift is too small. Once you scan the QR code, scroll to the bottom of the page to donate. Voting will close promptly at 6:45, so get those votes in before that time to count for tonight's winner. It's time to get one last look at every participant in the 2025 Colorado Signature Cohort before voting really ends. When we get back, we'll be live with some of our cohort members for a Q&A. Don't forget to get any questions into the chat that you have for our participants for that live Q&A later in the program, and scan the QR code or click the link in your chat to get to the voting page. Also, take notes because you'll get contact information later in the show so you can reach out to the businesses you think are awesome.
Hi there, Sydney Jackson Cluxton here. I am known as a mastery mindset coach with over 5 years of experience working with over 200 individuals and organizations. On top of that, I wrote an award-winning book on imposter syndrome, understanding it and overcoming it. During my time doing consulting work over the past 5 years, coaching work over the past 5 years, I really noticed that women are really struggling with confidence and self-doubt. And I wanted to bridge that gap. 48% of women, almost half, say they've had some sort of issue with confidence at work. 90% say they've experienced in a professional setting imposter syndrome. Companies and women are wanting to get coaching. They're wanting to do it, but affordability is a problem. And so that's where the Passion Over Perfection Collective comes into place. Not only are we meeting this need of affordability, but we also are meeting the need for continuous support post-coaching, right? So no one's out there floating and not having the support that they need. To learn more about myself and my colleagues who are in the Sea Change cohort, please stop by our showcase event happening Tuesday, December 16th. And don't forget to vote for me, Sydney Jackson Cluxton with the Pop Collective. And remember, passion over perfection.
Hi, everyone. My name is Monica White. I am founder of Epic Horizon. We provide transformative outdoor adventure and wellness retreat. Our philosophy is combining nature, yoga, mindfulness in stunning locations like Colorado and Sedona. Every year, corporate spends billions of dollars to address employee burnout, turnover. Yet every major city, there are community heroes like veterans that are struggling in silence. I want to have the opportunity to help both sides. So I invite all of you to join me, join this movement, so that your effort and your investment drive this beautiful ripple of effects and help wellness. And one day, wellness can reach humanity and is not just for a privileged few. Thank you.
Hola, hola. My name is Natalie Ibse, founder of Hola Impact, an online platform that connects Spanish learners with native speakers through natural conversational practice. We are building a solution to bridge the gap between learning a language and truly speaking it with confidence while making social impact. And here is how we do it. We help Spanish learners gain fluency and confidence by practicing real conversations with native mentors in a safe and supportive environment. At the same time, we empower women from vulnerable communities or conversational mentors, many of them survivors or in remission from cancer. We help them earn dignified income, rebuild stability, and be included in the digital economy. Why? Because Hola Impact is more than language fluency. It is about empowerment, cultural exchange, and breaking cycles of poverty. Join us at the Colorado Showcase on Tuesday, December 16th. If this speaks to your heart, don't forget to vote for us. Hola Impact as your crowd favorite. Mil gracias.
I'm Christina Jones, founder of Humane in the Membrane. We're an adaptive strategy, development, and solutions consultancy where we build leaders, learners, and systems for sustainable change. At Humane in the Membrane, we know that transformation doesn't happen by accident. It happens when we intentionally build the capacity for it. Too often, leaders and organizations feel ready for change, but they don't always have the systems to support or make it last. And that's where we come in. We help mission-driven organizations design the learning, leadership, and system strategies that make change sustainable. What we like to call building transformational capacity, because we believe that everyone deserves exposure, access, and opportunity as a part of their development journey. And that sustainable change comes from empowering people, not imposing systems. So join us at the Sea Change Colorado Showcase event on Tuesday, December 16th, and see how we're helping organizations lead with heart, humanity, and strategy. And don't forget, vote for me as the crowd favorite. Together, let's build systems for sustainable change. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Kali Provines, founder of Mahalo AI. Right now, more than $300 billion sit in idle and charitable accounts. Money meant to change lives, but trapped in a system built for accumulation and not distribution. With almost 2 decades as a wealth advisor, I find it personally challenging working in an environment that actively advocated for saving charitable dollars, yet lacks the incentive to follow through. The result? An industry that celebrates giving without actually helping people give. So I left the industry and I founded Mahalo AI to change that. Mahalo is a platform where donors connect with the causes they care about, leveraging AI and smart tech for intelligent matching, transparent reporting, and storytelling. That's what Mahalo is scaling. We're scaling long-term philanthropic relationships, igniting $300 billion into action. So join us at Sea Change's Colorado Showcase on Tuesday, December 16th. And if you believe it's time to ignite giving, choose Mahalo AI for your crowd favorite. I'm Kylie Provines. Mahalo.
Hey, I'm Jen Fortin, founder of Pretty Moving, coming at you from Crested Butte, Colorado. Pretty Moving offers nature-based emotional resilience coaching for mountain communities and professionals, including ski patrol, guides, and search and rescue teams. Through emotional intelligence workshops for both community and teams, as well as one-on-one nature-based coaching on trail or snow. We're creating a facilitator certification program to launch with therapists, coaches, and guides, bridging the gap between emotional healing and outdoor pursuits. Mountain communities face a really unique set of challenges. They're highly isolated and transient populations with higher than typical financial, emotional, and physical strain due to the activities that are normalized here. There's also a really normalized party scene, which isn't helping anyone's mental health. Building emotionally resilient communities is a cause I'm incredibly passionate about, having struggled with the emotional stigma and intensity and trauma inherent in ski patrolling and guiding. With your support, we can build and scale resources these amazing humans need to thrive and show up more balanced and regulated in the backcountry, their families, and communities. We'd be stoked if you tune into the Sea Change Pitch Contest, December 16th, and if you vote for us as your fan favorite. Thanks a bunch.
Hello, I'm Will Charles, the founder of Ripple Action. It's undeniable that the world is struggling right now. 3 out of 4 people globally believe humanity is on the wrong path. The world needs change. People need hope. Ripple Action is an e-commerce lifestyle brand that produces eco-friendly, fashion-forward apparel and reusable daily items. Our products act as visual inspiration and conversation starters about how elevating ourselves elevates the world. And a portion of every purchase is donated to causes that are addressing global challenges. You see, change in the world does start with all of us. So I have a simple question for you. What's your ripple today? Please attend the Colorado Showcase event on December 16th at 6 to 9 p.m. And please help our cause by voting this video as crowd favorite. We thank you.
Did you know that over 35 million people in the US are living with chronic kidney disease? And most get little to no nutrition guidance on what to eat or how to slow the progression of their disease. And it doesn't have to be this way. My name's Sarah Prado, and I'm the founder of the CKD Dietitian. And I help people with chronic kidney disease feel confident about their meals, enjoy the foods they love, and take charge of their kidney health. With evidence-based guidelines, people go from confused to confident, enjoy food again, and even see real improvements in their labs. Soon, through the Kidney Kindness Fund, 10% of our overall revenue will support people who have been overlooked and need kidney-friendly education the most. Join me at the Colorado Showcase on December 16th and vote for the CKD Dietitian as crowd favorite. When you vote, you're not just supporting me, you're helping bring kidney kindness and life-changing education to the people who need it the most. Thank you. Together we can make a real difference.
Hey, I'm Logan, co-founder and COO for the Third Place for Kids, Colorado's first nonprofit community center built for neurodivergent and disabled children and their families. If you're a parent, you know how hard typical play spaces can be. They're loud, chaotic, and overwhelming. Because of this, families like ours often choose to stick to their 2 primary safe spaces, home and school, in order to avoid typical public venues that are not built with their family in mind. We built the third place to change that. Our space blends a sensory-friendly environment with therapy-informed equipment and a caregiver lounge so you can sit and relax while your kids play independently within line of sight. We also provide sensory-friendly events and programming that provides opportunities for kids to make friends and parents to find their village. Although we focus on the neurodivergent and disabled community, we're open to all, and the response so far has been incredible. We're part of this year's Sea Change cohort, and we'd love your support. Join the Sea Change Showcase on Tuesday, December 16th, and vote for the third place for kids for your crowd favorite, so we can keep this space affordable, expand programming, and reach more families who have been waiting too long for a place like this.
Let's talk about an investment that could change the self-help game, True Journey. The wellness tech market is huge. We're talking $14 billion by 2025. But there's a big problem, a lot of reflection, but not enough real-world action. And that's exactly where True Journey comes in. It turns those thoughts into real change. How? Through its special 359 framework, which gives you personalized, actionable insights. So, how do they make money? They've got 3 solid streams of revenue planned. And check out the roadmap. They're aiming for profit by year 3. Pretty ambitious. Plus, they're compliant. This unlocks massive healthcare and education contracts. It's a game changer. But here's the thing. It's not just about the money, you know? A full 20% of their equity is set aside for real social impact. So what's the ask? They need funding to hire top developers and build this out. The real question is, are you ready to invest in profit that makes a difference?
Well, Indira, as we've discussed, I really feel like you're suffering from chronic insomnia related to your anxiety. We have 2 options. 1, I can give you a list of 3 to 4 psychologists and psychiatrists who are probably not taking new patients. And even if they are, it will likely take 3 to 6 months to see them. 2, I can refer you through my electronic medical records to our partner, VibeCare, who will contact you within 48 hours to schedule your first session with a board-certified health coach trained in evidence-based treatment for your diagnosis. They are completely virtual, so you can do this from the comfort of your own home, and they keep me updated on how you are doing. Which would you prefer?
Well, unless it's a trick question, doctor, I would definitely choose VibeCare. Hi, I'm Dr. Indira Paharia, CEO and co-founder of VibeCare, where we make access to effective behavioral health treatment quick and easy for patients where they most often seek care, in primary care. This is typically covered by health insurance, including Medicaid, so that all people in any community can get the care they need and deserve. Sign up for the Sea Change Colorado Pitch Showcase event on Tuesday, December 16th, and vote VibeCare for crowd favorite.
Hi everyone, welcome back. We will keep those crowd favorite voting open for another 15 minutes. So please, please, please get those votes in right away. My name is Catherine O'Grady and I'm the Colorado Program Coordinator. And I'm so excited to be the one who gets to host a Q&A with some of our 2025 Colorado Signature Cohort participants. Joining me will be Kylie from Mahalo AI, Monica from Epic Horizon, and Christina from Humane in the Membrane. Thank you guys for joining us for the Q&A.
Great to be here.
Yeah, hi. So I want to start off with one that I think I am the most interested to hear you answer, which is what pushed you out of your comfort zone the most being in this program? And what did you learn from this experience? And you guys can just jump in, whoever wants to jump in first.
I'll say definitely the financials pushed me out of my comfort zone. So this is my second Small Business Accelerator cohort, and just understanding the terminology and unpacking everything in those modules and working with Dr. Gallagher to really solidify what is my financial vision in order to be sustainable was a huge growth for me.
And I would add, a lot of people that I talk to, you know, with social impact, right, they'll just relate to, hey, how about, you know, why are you doing a for-profit business, and, you know, why not a nonprofit? So really pitching to folks that would question whether the wellness in that area could truly serve the underserved community. It really forced me to think a lot. And then the financials as well, just coming up with the numbers and proving that the numbers and the partnership actually can bridge the wellness in that divide, and that's truly possible. That's an area where took me some time, but yeah, pushed me out of my comfort zone.
I think I have to go ahead and say the same there. The financial models, I think, because they were so robust, I think there was a lot of opportunity to go through a lot of different scenarios. And I think what it also helps you do is think, simplicity, and be able to kind of defend all the things that you're putting down. So I would say, coming from, maybe a financial background, I would say that was still by far maybe the most, transformative experience as a part of the group.
Thank you, guys. Absolutely. Kind of something that's unique to this program is that you guys are all from Colorado, but you're from different areas of Colorado. And I know as solo entrepreneurs, sometimes we don't get to connect within our Colorado community. What was it like to actually be in a cohort with other Colorado ventures?
Gosh, I'll start. I would say I think Colorado does a great job of offering community opportunities to get together. And there's just so many entrepreneurs that I think are here in the state, in our city and around. But I would say the people that we've met or the people that we've gotten together with, and just the support and knowing that they're kind of going alongside of you with their own kind of story and journey and challenges. I mean, it's a huge support piece. So quite frankly, probably the best part of it is the people that are around you.
Yeah, and this is, to me, I'm also, busy with a full-time job and then building my passion. And I feel that the best part, and I appreciate the most, is to see that I'm not alone in this social impact area. And then seeing, others keep pushing, it's very inspiring for me to, continue exploring areas where, I have second thoughts, but, just keep exploring, keep digging in a solution or for those solutions that I would have found when I'm alone. So yeah, thank you very much on that.
I would say I would say the same, that you're not alone, and that to hear how others are facing their challenges gives me the seed to rethink and reimagine what that could mean for my social enterprise.
And I absolutely think that is part of our goals, right? Is for that you guys have the ability to connect with each other and see that you're not alone and work through some of your challenges together. Kind of on that note, is there any advice you would give to future participants?
I would say that, go through the module early and set aside time to think about your toughest problem. And with that in mind, when you go back to the cohort, and really just, ask questions and have your cohort and have that support to challenge your assumptions. That's the greatest gift.
Yeah, I would second that. Go in with an open mind. Like go in as, use this as accountability to, find new content that, is super helpful in helping you kind of plan out kind of what your goals are and kind of what are those milestones that you want to hit. And then, challenge yourself to take feedback. I think that's probably the most important piece, is just be open-minded to feedback that, everybody's kind of going through their own challenges, but their perspective could be, really, really helpful in kind of you seeing a different lens or a different perspective on maybe something you see every day or you kind of like talk about every day to yourself. So, take advantage of the opportunity that you have, other professionals willing to give you feedback. I'd say that's the biggest thing I'd hope anybody took, or at least is open-minded to take from it.
I would take that a step back and just say, go for it. There's someone probably sitting here who's listening and thinking, oh, my idea, you can't operationalize it, and just go for it. Sign up, for Sea Change. And to everyone else's point, just be open-minded to that journey and see what unfolds for you at the end.
Since we're getting kind of into the brass tacks of the program, you guys have been mentioning the modules and kind of some advice to getting started. Can you talk briefly about specific skills you may have acquired during the course of the program, or something you learned that you'll take with you as you move forward?
I'll start. I think maybe the biggest thing that I took from it is I think there's a lot of complexity in some of the problems and solutions that we have, but kind of thinking it from like a sixth grade perspective and how to explain it and kind of thinking about simplicity kind of from start to finish of, trying to show somebody or educate somebody on what you think the problem is, and then kind of explain it in a way that everybody can kind of understand. I think simplicity was kind of the biggest takeaway that I kind of had.
And my biggest takeaway of the skill that I built is, we all want to do good, doing good, right? And then how do I come up with a measurable terms or measurable model so that I go from doing good to the actual business model where it proves that this is possible. So spend a lot of time on that, and it's great. That's something that the numbers is proving that it's going to work.
Yeah, to piggyback on Monica, just that financial feasibility, that our hearts are in it, but we also have to be strategic as business owners. And with that, finding that right balance based on our businesses and our context was super helpful for me to really clarify and identify for myself.
Awesome. Can each of you kind of take a moment, now that you've completed the program, you are graduates, congratulations, and talk about what your next steps are and how you plan to carry the Sea Change momentum forward?
I will stick to my plan in the financial modeling and just, keep charging forward and knowing that there is support. And every time I see, messages on the Slack, in our cohort and a broader cohort, that's just a reminder for me that keep doing what you believe, and don't stop.
To that, I would also piggyback, and I'm going to do more networking. And so I've already reached out to not everyone in the cohort, but I will. And some other facilitators just to get another fresh pair of eyes and get more insights. But it's definitely pushed me out of my cocoon to be more brave and to reach out and network more. So.
Yeah. Well, I would say definitely taking the momentum and going into 2026, completely still kind of in line with, some of our goals. I think, Sea Change helped me kind of set some of those goals. And I think with the momentum and that we had going through the program, which aligned with, going live for us, we're looking forward to 2026 and working with clients and organizations and supporting our users that we have already and continuing to grow that. So we're really excited.
On a personal note, I'm going to miss you all very much on Tuesday evenings, but I do want to thank you all for sharing your experiences with us. We are so proud of what you all have accomplished and can't wait to see what comes next in your business journey. So thank you all very, very much.
Thank you very much.
All right. So now I am excited to announce our spotlight presenters for the 2025 Colorado Signature Cohort. What is a spotlight presenter? So these 5 ventures have reached a point in their journey where they are prepared for a little bit more time in front of an audience. They have identified their measurable social impact, worked out their path towards financial sustainability, and figured out how to communicate all of the amazingness in a concise 7 to 8 minute story. From taking full advantage of their mentor meetings to completing learning modules on time, engaging and attending our virtual classroom and meetup sessions each week, and fully taking in the feedback on their pitches in the last few weeks as well. I am really proud of how much they have all improved, and I'm excited to share these social enterprises with all of you tonight. Now, here are our spotlight presenters.
Hi, my name is Sarah Prado, and I am the founder of the CKD Dietitian. And over the last 14 years, I have helped countless individuals with chronic kidney disease improve their health with nutrition. Too many people face chronic kidney disease without the right guidance or support, and I'm on a mission to change that through expanding access to kidney nutrition education. Today, I'm going to show you how I'm doing this and how you can join me so we can make a bigger impact together. Did you know that over 35 million Americans are living with chronic kidney disease, or CKD? I remember the first time I heard this number and I was shocked. I couldn't believe that I had heard so much about high blood pressure, diabetes, and heart disease, but I had heard little to nothing about chronic kidney disease. And I remember making a silent promise to myself that I would help to change that. And since then, I've dedicated my entire career to supporting those with kidney disease. Nutrition can slow or even stop the progression of kidney disease, and yet many people never receive the guidance that they need to do this. Research shows that only 12% of kidney patients see a dietitian before they start dialysis. Research also shows that individuals who get nutrition education have better outcomes and are less likely to advance to dialysis. On the contrary, individuals who receive no kidney nutrition education are 3 times more likely to advance to dialysis. Education can prevent progression, and yet many people never receive it. As a result, every year, over 130,000 individuals progress to kidney failure and need treatment. Many people start dialysis even if they're waiting for a transplant, and dialysis is very expensive. It costs over $80,000 per person per year to do dialysis, and nutrition education is a fraction of the cost and effective. I heard the same thing over and over again from my dialysis patients. I wish I would have known that kidneys could have done something to support, or nutrition could have done something to support my kidneys. Or I wish I would have known that there was something I could have done before I started dialysis. These numbers are more than statistics. They are a call to action. I started my career with little knowledge in kidney nutrition, and by chance I ended up in a clinic with a leading expert in the field. There, I co-developed and created an award-winning prevention education program, and my passion for this was born. I am one of only 600 dietitians in the entire United States with a board certification in renal nutrition or kidney nutrition. And this expertise helps me guide patients so they can learn how to protect their kidneys and slow down the progression of their disease. Today, I mentor and train new kidney dietitians through writing and speaking engagements, and my connection to kidney disease is personal. My father-in-law went through 3 kidney transplants and dialysis, and I never had the chance to meet him, but his story fuels my mission every single day. And now I have a family of kidney advocates, all dedicated to raising awareness for kidney disease and helping those affected by it. I started my career following the traditional path, an insurance-based brick-and-mortar practice. And while it worked, I realized it wasn't where I could make the most impact. So now my business is approaching things a little differently. I now offer premium one-to-one services that provide personalized care and sustain a financially strong practice. I am expanding into a one-to-many model by delivering digital products like courses, webinars, recipe books, guides, and this will allow allow me to reach more patients effectively and efficiently while still maintaining impact. Starting in 2026, we will be launching our digital resources and products alongside the Kidney Kindness Fund. And the Kidney Kindness Fund will provide free resources and scholarships to patients who need support the most, amplifying our impact. By combining personalized care, digital education, and social impact, we can close the gap in kidney nutrition education, reach more people, and improve kidney health for those who need it the most. I'm committed to making a difference for the Kidney Kindness Fund. So starting in 2026, I will be reserving 10% of my overall net revenue for the Kidney Kindness Fund. And the Kidney Kindness Fund will grow immediately from year one, and it will continue to grow over the years, reaching more people and having more free resources for people that need it the most. Every dollar contributes to real impact, helping more people access critical nutrition education to help protect their kidneys. I'm dedicated to expanding access to nutrition education, not just because it improves numbers or labs, but because it changes lives. We will measure impact by sharing stories like these, showing the transformative power of nutrition. Nanette felt despair after her diagnosis, but now she says, I'm living vibrantly, filled with joy and hope. Lee was scared and confused, and now today she says, I know what to eat and why, and I even have ice cream. Carissa felt lost and discouraged, and now she says, my world is no longer flipped upside down. I would highly recommend Sarah and her services. These stories show just what's possible with the right guidance and support. Our go-to-market strategy begins with digital education. I'm currently finalizing my new course, Kidney Clarity, alongside digital resources. We will connect with patients through digital marketing, including social media, email campaigns, and webinars. This will help grow our awareness and engagement. At the same time, we'll build partnerships with organizations and leaders in the industry to broaden our reach and strengthen our credibility. Finally, in early 2026, we will execute a high-impact launch to generate momentum and maximize our impact on kidney health. Here's how you can help us make a difference. If you have experience in marketing, specifically digital marketing, content creation, or operations, your expertise can help strengthen our program and allow us to reach more people. We are also seeking $50,000 in financial support to grow our team, expand our reach, and increase our impact. With this support, we can expand our reach, delivering critical nutrition education for kidney patients, especially those who need it the most. You can also help us by raising awareness for chronic kidney disease. You can scan the QR code, download the graphic. Actually, there's 4 graphics you can choose from in different sizes, and I would love if you could share this on social media. Every share can help us reach more people and have a bigger impact. Millions of people, kidney patients, face this journey alone. Together, we can change their story and close the gap in kidney nutrition education. Every contribution helps provide guidance, hope, and healthier lives for those who need it the most. We are better together than alone. Thank you.
Hey, I'm Logan. I'm one of the co-founders and COO for the Third Place for Kids. We're a nonprofit that creates community spaces for neurodivergent and disabled kids and their families to play, connect, and find a true sense of belonging. So before we dive in, I want you to think about the last time you were really overwhelmed. Maybe you were in a crowded restaurant, the music was turned up too loud. There were so many conversations happening around you that you couldn't even focus on the person sitting across from you. You felt irritated, you couldn't enjoy your food, and you just wanted to step outside for some air. Now, picture feeling like this everywhere you go. Grocery stores, at work, even the doctor's office. Just typical places in everyday life. Next, I want you to imagine it's not you that feels this way, but your child. You're sitting there with them as they start to unravel, and all you want to do is comfort them. but suddenly as you're trying, you get that feeling in your chest like you're on stage about to give a speech. All eyes are on you, your heart is pounding, and the pressure keeps building. This is what so many families live in everyday life. Being the parent of a neurodivergent or disabled child is a journey that no one expects and no one's ever truly prepared for. It takes incredible strength and resilience, but it can also feel isolating. Connection is the number one indicator of living a long, healthy life, and so many families are lacking this. So when the world isn't built with your child in mind, you start to stick to the places that feel safe. Most people, including you, have two main places: home and work or school. Then there's the third place. This is where life and community happens. Parks, coffee shops, bars, churches, any gathering spots where you meet friends and feel connected. Across the country and even the world, true third places have been thinning out or even becoming pay to stay, right as loneliness and disconnection are spiking. And for families with mental or physical differences, these welcoming spaces are even harder to find. And this isn't an isolated issue. 1 in 6 children have a diagnosed intellectual disability or delay, affecting 7.5 million people nationally, and diagnoses like autism are rising 9% every year. I know this personally because we're one of these families. My wife and I navigated through a lot of personal loss in our 20s. Raising and homeschooling our 2 neurodivergent daughters, we felt the weight of isolation and began looking for ways to grow our village. Being neurodivergent ourselves made this even harder, and every family-focused venue we tried wasn't set up to accommodate, let alone embrace, families like ours. This is why we built the Third Place for Kids. It's a sensory-friendly community space where families don't have to explain their child's behavior, and everyone around them simply understands. It's a place where families can finally find their people. What makes us unique is the intentional design of our space. We have a caregiver lounge that's specifically set up for parents to connect while their kids play independently in line of sight. And we have custom designed equipment that's typically found in occupational therapy, which creates a safe and familiar environment. We offer weekly programming such as workshops, events, and activities that brings the entire family together. And most importantly, we're a nonprofit, meaning the impact that we have comes before anything else. We opened our doors in just May of this year, and we've had incredible turnout. We've welcomed over 2,400 caregivers and children and have 170 paying monthly memberships. Although we ran into many obstacles fundraising early on, I'm happy to say that as of the end of the year, we've received 7 grants and awards from our local community. While we're incredibly grateful for this support, we didn't want to be the traditional nonprofit that's stuck in the survival cycle. So to overcome this, we designed our revenue streams to be diversified between earned income through monthly memberships, day passes, rentals and birthday parties, and traditional philanthropic giving such as grants and donations. As the year's coming to an end, our total revenue for the year is around $365,000, and our operating costs for the community center put us at about $240,000. If our growth projections stay true, we're expected to break even through earned income in 6 to 9 months, creating a path to sustainability without reliance on grants or donations. And this is just the beginning. Our growth so far has been through a mix of channels. Through organic and paid social media, families are sharing stories, driving authentic word of mouth, and therapists are bringing more families into the space every week. We've also built partnerships with local organizations who even provide scholarships for families who can't afford access. And we've been given a $10,000 a month ad grant from Google to grow our awareness even faster. After validating our business model locally, we've started to set our sight on scale. In Colorado alone, more than 230,000 children fit our target profile. Nationally, that translates into an estimated total addressable market of over $22 million. And while competitors do exist, such as We Rock the Spectrum, who has 170 locations globally, what makes us unique is that we're not just a play space for neurodivergent kids. We support the whole family. We're open to everyone, and we're intentionally designed to be sensory friendly from the ground up. We know there's a need for this, and our community has proven that. Early on, we had a social media post go viral with over 2 million views across platforms. And as a result, over 50 disability professionals from around the world reached out and asked us how they can create a third place in their city. To do that, we need your support. Our vision is that there's a welcoming third place for families with disabilities in every community. To get there, we're raising $50,000 to design and launch our expansion model. We want to solidify our playbook, build the legal foundation, and start gathering early interest from potential clients. We're also looking to accelerate our momentum through large strategic partners to help get us to that next level. Lastly, we want to continue to reach more families who may not know that we exist or may not have their own third place, and we would love for you to help spread the word. When the three of us came together to build this, we knew we had all the right pieces. Our CEO and my wife, Casey, has extensive experience in early childhood development and caregiving for kids on the spectrum. I've worked in Fortune 50 companies for the past decade, helping scale startups and large departments. And Kayla has a track record of creating critical partnerships to support our mission. We invite you to join us in creating a world where no family feels isolated or overwhelmed in our community. Thank you.
I'm Dr. Indira Paharia, CEO and co-founder of VibeCare, where we bring virtual integrated behavioral health to primary care. We're facing a crisis where a quarter of Americans, or 85 million people, has a behavioral health condition, including mental illness and substance abuse. And over half of all behavioral health, or BH, is treated in primary care, even though primary care providers receive little to no formal BH training. This places a heavy burden on primary care providers, or PCPs, contributing to burnout. When they do try to refer to BH providers, nearly 70% of them can't find one, which leads to over-medicating, with PCPs prescribing almost 80% of all antidepressants. Most troubling is that nearly half of all people who die by suicide saw their PCP within 1 month of their death. These statistics are alarming and can have a devastating impact on patients like John. John has been feeling depressed and suicidal for weeks and decides to tell his PCP. The PCP is uncomfortable with BH issues, especially suicide, so she prescribes John an antidepressant and gives him referrals to BH providers. John goes home and tries to schedule with these providers, but they're either not taking new patients or have more than a 2-month waiting list. John is frustrated and alone, so he starts the antidepressant medication, which can have many side effects, including increased suicidal thoughts during the first few weeks. Since John can't get in to see a BH provider, he is now at even greater risk for self-harm. Sadly, John's experience is not uncommon in our current standard of care. We can do better with VibeCare's turnkey solution. Our programs treat depression, anxiety, substance use, and more using evidence-based modules designed for primary care. Our process is simple, so let's go back to our patient John to walk through it. The PCP identifies that John is struggling with BH issues, so she enters an e-consult into her electronic health record, or EHR, to VibeCare, which is immediately transmitted into our portal. Within 48 hours, John is scheduled with a board-certified health coach for a virtual session from the comfort of his own home to start the program, which uses the collaborative care model, where consultation with a psychiatric prescriber is included. VibeCare shares a progress report with the PCP transmitted into her EHR monthly, and John's health coach can consult with her as needed. VibeCare can do in days what currently takes months. This is a screenshot of the technology platform we built over the past 2 years as the engine behind our programs. Don't try to read it, just know that this is what our health coaches see when they work with patients, including all the tools we've built for them to be successful, like our evidence-based modules, telehealth, data analytics, automated billing, and so much more. We provide significant value to primary care practices. If they tried to do this themselves, it would cost about $400,000 annually. In addition to these savings, we don't charge startup fees. And the financial impact of this model has been proven through research. For each dollar spent, over $6 in healthcare costs is saved. Everything we do is virtual, so we don't need any office space, and we can even share a portion of revenue with the practice since all billing is done through them. We do have competitors, but not many, and we stand out from them in several ways. We're provider built and led. Our treatment programs are designed for the most common BH conditions seen in primary care. We have 3 product lines to meet broader customer needs, and we don't use licensed clinicians due to the national shortage. Instead, we use board-certified health coaches that we train in our evidence-based modules to deliver effective care at scale. Our competitive advantage also includes our founding team. I led BH for a Fortune 25 company and was an advisor to the federal government. David helped develop an assessment used in almost all primary care practices. Kirsten is a technology expert with his own patents, and Kim led one of the first collaborative care programs in the nation. As mentioned, our roadmap includes 3 product lines. We've covered our first product, the turnkey solution, that will launch in Q1 of next year. By Q4, we'll roll out our software as a service licensing for practices that only want to use our platform because they already have BH staff. By Q1 of 2027, we'll launch our self-management app as an extension of our patient portal. We'll initially generate revenue by billing the collaborative care model, or COCM, reimbursement codes covered by Medicare and most Medicaid and commercial health insurance. Here's how the money flows. We bill for 2 hours per month per patient under the PCP's billing ID number. Bills are sent electronically to the patient's insurance, and the health insurer sends electronic payment to VibeCare. By diversifying revenue streams, we won't be completely reliant on this model. By Q4 of next year, we'll finalize our pricing strategy to license the platform. And by Q1 of 2027, we'll determine subscription model pricing for the app. This is a $29 billion total available market based on the population being treated for behavioral health in primary care and the average phase 1 revenue per patient. Our go-to-market approach targets states with the highest Medicaid collaborative care reimbursement rates and established participation. Our initial target market is Colorado, given recent collaborative care legislation, and it's our home state. We'll focus on marketing to primary care practices using direct outreach and digital campaigns. Also this year, we're excited to be listed in the only national directory of collaborative care service organizations, increasing our visibility. We have an MVP and have started serving patients thanks to early funding from angel investors. We're pre-revenue with a goal of contracting 6 primary care practices and serving over 900 patients next year. Our modeling shows that we'll break even in 2026 and generate a 33% net profit margin over 4 years. Here's some of what our earliest patients are saying. Having these tools to navigate depression and anxiety will help me forever. I was skeptical at first. I've never done therapy before, but now I want to keep going. I've pretty much told anyone and everyone they need this. BH conditions are leading drivers of disability, death, and over half of all healthcare costs in the US. VibeCare can expand access to treatment and reduce this needless suffering. Sadly, the average time from onset of BH symptoms to treatment is 8 to 10 years. You can help us close this terrible gap. To make our goals a reality, we're asking for $175,000 to develop sales materials, execute B2B marketing campaigns, recruit staff, and further enhance the platform. And every dollar you invest with us delivers a 3-fold impact to serve patients, including those uninsured. We hope you'll join our mission to improve behavioral health for primary care physicians and patients like John. Thank you so much.
I am Natalie Ibsen, founder of Hola Impact, an online platform that connects Spanish learners with native speakers for natural conversational practice, making fluency accessible, affordable, safe, and socially conscious. We are building a solution to solve 2 problems. First, the one that classrooms and apps have missed: consistent access to native speakers for real conversations. I know firsthand what it takes to feel comfortable speaking in a second language. The time, the money, the frustration. In fact, I was not alone. Over 90% of Spanish learners in the US never achieve conversational fluency despite years of study. Without real conversations, fluency stays out of reach. The second problem, the social gap. Nearly 80% of women living in vulnerable conditions are in developing countries where access to education and income opportunities are limited, perpetuating cycles of poverty across generations.
I want you to meet Victoria, who really inspired Ola Impact. She had lost her informal job months after receiving a cancer diagnosis. And for 14 years, she not only had health challenges, but struggled to put food on the table and support her family. Through our conversations, she helped me connect the dots. She had the communication skills, the charisma, and the time to engage in regular conversations. Everything needed to help a learner. What she didn't have was an opportunity. Unfortunately, she passed away last year, but her legacy lives in the heart of Ola Impact. Her story inspired our mission to empower women, cancer survivors, or in remission to become paid Spanish conversational mentors. To multiply our impact, we partnered with Senosama, a nonprofit in Colombia that supports women recovering from cancer. The solution: one-on-one video conversations. Every conversation at Ola Impact helps a learner build fluency, and at the same time, it helps a resilient woman build financial independence. How it works? Sophie is one of our clients. She purchased a package to practice her Spanish with Hasberi, or mentor. Sophie received 10 calls, 40 minutes each, one onboarding call, one progress call, and a workbook to guide each session. It is a win-win. Real practice, real impact. What makes us different? We offer authentic conversation with locals, measurable social impact, including decent work, economic empowerment, and digital inclusion. We are also building a human-centered community, promoting enriching cultural exchange. The opportunity is massive. Millions of people are learning a second language, and Spanish is the #1 most studied in the US and the second worldwide. The Spanish language learning market was 9.9 billion in 2024, and it is projected to grow to 24.8 billion by 2033. Our target segment are 24 million Spanish learners globally seeking for fluency and real human connections. Just in the US, about 9 million learners spend 1.5 billion a year on apps and tutors. Yet, less than 10% achieve fluency because they lack real conversations. For our business model, right now we are focusing on 1 and 2. To attract new clients, we have free conversational calls where learners meet mentors. As well, we are focused on our core product, one-on-one conversations with native speakers. In the near future, we aim to scale to B2B partnerships with universities and companies and implement immersion social trips. Regarding our projections 2026, we focus on build a solid foundation to validate our product market fit. By 2030, we envision to become leaders on purpose-driven language learning, reaching 5,000 learners to impact 500 mentors. We also aim to prioritize income distribution for social impact. 70% of our revenue on calls will flow directly to benefit women across Latin America. More learners, more mentors, more empowerment, more impact. So as our revenue scales, our impact scales. To achieve our 2026 goals, we are seeking $75,000 to improve our platform, implement automation, and expand our mentors network across Latin America, offering diversity on accent and cultures, while building brand visibility in the world global edtech and impact learning space. Loan funding, we are also seeking mentorship in marketing and product development, and a strategic partnership with universities and companies. For university, Ola Impact offers access to authentic practice with native speakers and real-world conversations to complement classroom instructions. For companies, we will help teams develop bilingual communication, critical for thriving in Spanish-speaking markets. This support will allow us to create dignified income for nearly 60 women mentors, while helping thousands of learners reach fluency and confidence. The momentum is real. We have run our pilot program, train 10 mentors and connect them with more than 50 learners. As a result, we have generated revenue and grow our email list to over 300 people. These are real smiles from our calls. After just one session, 95% of learners say they love the experience and they will recommend Ola Impact. We have fluency, income, purpose, and real connections. For most learners, mastering a second language is a dream, a pathway for better opportunities, or a way to feel connected and truly belong. What if every time a learner book a call to practice Spanish, they also create social impact? I will be happy to answer any additional questions. Let's connect and create a world where learning a language means making a difference. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Jen Fortin, founder of Pretty Moving. We're bringing emotional resilience training to mountain communities across Colorado. So I'd like you to come on a little adventure with me. We're going out into the backcountry on a hut trip, and we're skiing out into the wilderness, bringing everything we need with us, melting snow for drinking water. This is some really wild, adventurous stuff. This is my favorite place to be in the world. Way out where there's no cell service, where you're just relying on your knowledge and your friends to have an amazing time. A lot of people across Colorado can connect with this. Time in nature has proven benefits. However, there's also a dark side to all of this. I would wager that many people who interact with this video have also had close calls, experienced injuries, or even lost friends or family in the backcountry. I have personal experience with this as well, having worked as a ski patroller, guide, and a coach of nearly everything outdoors. I felt incredibly isolated while I was ski patrolling in particular. The continued intensity of these scenes of avalanche rescue and of near injury due to the scope of the work and the culture of these mountain towns made me feel like I was crazy for having pretty typical emotional responses to highly triggering and traumatizing events. So, having lived in different mountain communities, I've seen this develop into more of a pattern, which has been coined as the Paradise Paradox. This is a phenomenon that occurs within these mountain towns that are super beautiful and idyllic places to live, but have really unique challenges to living in them. They're hyper-masculine and super stoic cultures, which also normalize pretty extreme risk-taking, leading to a stigma around emotional connection, healing, or help-seeking. Additionally, these communities are typically adrenaline junkies. One study even found that addictive mountaineers were also tied to other addictive tendencies, whether it was drugs and drinking or self-prescribed addictive tendencies. This all comes to be displayed in the data through suicide rates. So pretty jarring looking at the US overall suicide rates from 2019 to 2023. The US national average was 14 people per 100,000, where men was 23 per 100,000. And then if we zoom into Colorado, we're the 6th highest suicide ranked state nationally. So men in Colorado had an average of 34 lives taken per 100,000. And when we go into these rural areas, the rate was 41 per 100,000, nearly double the national average. And there are certain pockets within these mountain communities that it's even higher. So our primary solution to this is building compassionate communities through emotional resilience training. We're primarily employing bilateral stimulation, just as you see on your screen here, this back and forth that happens both in therapeutic settings and naturally when we're physically engaged in these sports. So hiking, biking, and skiing are 3 examples of this one-on-one nature-based coaching that we'll be offering. In a therapeutic setting, this is known as eye movement desensitization and reprocessing. This is something a therapist would walk you through in a closed setting, but we're kind of breaking down the gatekeeping of this modality that actually mirrors your brain when it's in REM sleep and allows you to reprocess emotionally triggering and distressing memories more calmly. Our solutions We have 3 that we're going into here: nature-based coaching, which employs that bilateral stimulation, workshops with mountain professional teams, so that's search and rescue, guides, ski patrol, anyone who's really on the front line and dealing with higher than average intensity or trauma and loss within these fields. And then finally, a facilitator certification program. So taking this curriculum from the one-on-one coaching and creating a cert that we can then implement within these professional teams. So the Colorado market, looking at these 3 offerings, as far as the coaching goes, in Colorado alone, there are nearly 140,000 mountain professionals who could benefit from this training. Residents of mountain communities, around 96,000, aged 18 and older. And finally, for the facilitators, looking at this niche demographic, we have estimated there are around 30,000 people who could potentially go through this training program in the state of Colorado alone. So looking at the outdoor market, for the US outdoor industry, 2024 was nearly $640 billion. The US snow sports industry was $6 billion. 5.9. And then in Colorado, when we zoom in just to that snow sports industry, we are looking at nearly $1.6 billion with a CAGR of around 5 to 11% annually. So this is a huge market, and this is looking specifically at the outdoor side, not the healing or wellness. So as far as our revenue stream goes, we have 4 aspects here. The 3 that I talked about, the coaching one-on-one, the workshops which we would charge on a by head basis, and then the facilitator certification, which is also per person, as well as an app build out. Our social impact, we're working to normalize support seeking by dismantling barriers to belonging and well-being. We do this by building compassionate and emotionally resilient communities. So who are we? As I mentioned previously, I come from a background in guiding. I also have a master's in education and play and have coined the term of director of Stoke. So I am the founder, overseer, and I have an amazing team that I'm working with here. So Pardis is in academia, Brian and Case are both in marketing and business development, Yev is our legal support, and Annie is our grant writer. Looking at the big field again, our competitors are lacking granularity. Our biggest collaborator or competitor, Responder Alliance, works with outdoor professional teams to build awareness and start the conversation around psychological first aid. So they teach the stress continuum. However, they lack actionable steps to actually make any change. Conversely, if you look at therapy or emotional resilience training, these offerings are typically time-intensive, expensive, and lack the cultural nuance to break down stigma and the barriers to access within these populations. Our current ask is $100,000, which we are fundraising through a partnership with a Aligned nonprofit, so gifts can be written off as tax-deductible donations. You can see the breakdown of what our funding will go towards, with the primary chunk going to fund this season's beta testing of our curriculum, continuing the research, and making sure it's really grounded in science, both in the healing and the practical. We also have a grant writer on staff to continue cash flow until our other revenue streams are up and humming. Finally, a quick flash of our forthcoming app. There are 3 primary aspects that it will include. The most important are these audio modules. So this will be the same curriculum being implemented in one-on-one coaching. However, through the app, with a partnership model with outdoor brands, we will offer this to our communities for free. So this expands our scope to a global reach and helps deliver our mission to a broader population. Next, we have an AI chat component that helps build self-awareness around the modules. And finally, the community forum to connect with others through shared experiences, which will draw you back into in-person offerings. Thank you so much for your time and attention. Please reach out if you feel you have any aligned connections or would like to chat further. My name is Jen, and tune in. It's pretty moving.
Wow, how amazing are these entrepreneurs? Every single one of our spotlight presenters has everything they need to move forward. It has been an honor and a pleasure to work with them these past several months. These entrepreneurs not only have been working so hard during each session, but they have created an amazing sense of community and mutual support in ways that they've uplifted each other along the way. We are so proud of these spotlight presenters and can't wait to hear how the panel deliberates. So we're going to go on a 10-minute break. Please take the time to stretch, grab a drink, and we will be back at 7:25 with the conclusion of our showcase event.
Hello, welcome back, everyone. We are excited to share some awards with you tonight. Again, I'd like to thank our panelists for taking the time to deliberate on the awards each of these ventures will be receiving. We are so grateful for their time and expertise, and I'm excited to introduce you all to them. We have Lisa Sullivan, founder and CEO of LS Ventures and a Sea Change alum, Sam Hauser, program manager at Access Mode, Maria Velasco, founder and CEO of Beyond Inclusion Group, and Emily Struelderer, lead of operations at Tea Leaf Health. Each of these panelists brings a unique and important perspective, experience, and background. Expertise ranging from tech, operations, DEI, and consulting with mission-driven organizations, and they will all provide our entrepreneurs with helpful insights and questions. All right, so we're on to the exciting part of the evening. We have some cash and in-kind donations from generous supporters to give our spotlight presenters, but first, we'll start with the award that all of you were part of, the Crowd Favorite Award. We are so excited to announce VibeCare won the Crowd Favorite Award, and you all raised $2,025, and all those donations go directly to the winner. Congrats.
Wow, thank you so much. That's fantastic. Thank you very much, Charlene.
Of course. Thank you, Indira. All right, let's get started with our spotlight presenters. First, we have Natalie with Ola Impact. Natalie has grown her venture leaps and bounds just in the past 4 months. She's made a lot of progress with her mentor and is just a sponge to take in all the information that will help move her business forward faster. She has always been showing curiosity, courage, and a strong commitment to learning. Congrats to Ola Impact on winning $1,500, an $800 leadership and strategy coaching package with Synergy 5280, and a $2,500 grant writing package from Mango Consulting.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Natalie.
Thank you.
Next up, we have Third Place for Kids. As you all learned, Logan and his team are extremely passionate about ensuring families and children have welcoming spaces to feel safe and to play. Logan's passion about supporting families with neurodivergent and disabled children through sensory-friendly community spaces is inspiring. The way he balances his work and other demands is something I can certainly learn from. We are excited to award a $2,500 package from Next Step Business Consulting and a $2,000 Advisory Board Builder consultation with Advisory Board Builder.
Thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Next up, we have Pretty Moving. Jen has been such a consistent member of our cohort. She is always asking questions. She's providing support to other entrepreneurs. She's always remained engaged and contributed with authenticity and insight. Jen has everything she needs to move forward, and we are glad to award her $500, a $1,400 grant writing package from Libby V and Associates, and a $1,875 package with Lemus Legal.
Thank you.
Next, we have VibeCare. The improvements I've seen from Indira's business plan are incredible. She received one of the highest ratings on some of her financial documents because she put in the time and effort it took to be successful. Throughout the program, she's demonstrated exceptional focus, remained engaged, prepared, and committed to producing high-quality work. Her dedication to mental health is inspiring, and I'm excited to see the amazing things her team does. Congratulations to VibeCare on receiving a $800 website and marketing audit package from Cat Fox Design, a $1,875 legal package from Lemus Legal, and a $500 marketing consult with Higher Rider Consulting.
Thank you so much. That's wonderful. That'll be so helpful. Thank you.
Thanks, India. Finally, we have Sarah from the CKD Dietitian. Sarah has been so dedicated to her venture. She has really gone above and beyond to take advantage of all of the resources Sea Change has to offer, and has even taken advantage of so many more resources outside of Sea Change. During our virtual classroom sessions, Sarah consistently enriched discussions by sharing thoughtful insights and helpful resources. Congrats to the CKD dietitian for winning $1,500, a $1,200 leadership strategy coaching package from Synergy 5280, and a $500 marketing package from High Rider Consulting.
This is amazing. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Congratulations to all the entrepreneurs for your well-earned awards. You have exactly what you need to move your ventures forward faster, and we here at Sea Change cannot wait to see what good you do in our communities. I'm excited to transition back to Lauren to close us out for the evening.
All right. Thank you so much, Charlene. And congratulations again. I know she just said it, but we here cannot wait to see where every single one of you. So there were 15 entrepreneurs as part of this cohort, and we cannot wait to see where every single one of you go moving forward. I want to be the very first person to officially and formally welcome you all to the Sea Change alumni family. As we learned about earlier in our alumni impact slide, we have hundreds of entrepreneurs all over the country doing social good and business at the same time. And ultimately, these awesome participants, now alumni, are a part of that family. So congratulations to all of you and welcome to our family. We can't wait to see what you do moving forward further faster. And for our audience, the next couple of slides are for you. You can please, if you liked anything at all that you heard tonight, you can definitely get involved in some way. We would love to have your help. You can help advise some of these awesome businesses. You can help sponsor these businesses either with dollars or with your talent. Are you a marketing firm? Are you a legal firm? Do you want to help support future cohorts? You saw logos up here on the screen of everybody from marketing to consulting to legal to all kinds of different things. These entrepreneurs need all kinds of social capital and support to move forward. And if you yourself are an entrepreneur or have ever thought about it in the past, we work with folks that are really early stage. You've got an idea, you've kind of got the skeleton of an idea up through maybe 3 to 5 years of business, but just flying by the seat of your pants. We're here to help you. So you can scan this QR code or go to that website that's on there to learn more and to sign up on the appropriate form. You also can continue to learn more about the entrepreneurs as well as our programming by following us on social media. We do everything we do because of the social entrepreneurs that are our participants and our alumni. And what we do with our social media, which Brian Keurig and Jack Demos do an amazing job on those things, is to really highlight the work of all of these amazing companies. So you can go out and learn more about all of them by following us on social media using these variety of hashtags that you see on the slide. And we did not mention it until now, which is a little remiss, but this concludes actually the celebrations for our 10th birthday. So congratulations to us for Sea Change for lasting for 10 years and making, helping all of these entrepreneurs over those years. But what we are going to do is for every single one of you who registered either using Eventbrite or using GiveButter, if we have your mailing address, we are going to mail you a little gift. This will be in the new year, so it won't be all caught up in all the holiday craziness, holiday hoopla, but we will be mailing you each something we call a challenge coin. So these challenge coins are printed, 3D printed by one of our amazing alumni called Form 5. And you too can sign up using that link, again on the screen or the one they just showed you, to give us your mailing address. We will send you a challenge coin. They have the Sea Change logo on the front, and on the back they explain a little bit about what social Enterprise means and have the website of the alumni that printed them. Now, what these coins are is a birthday present from us to you. So think of them as a birthday favor for attending our birthday party today. We have been doing these parties all year long with all of our other cohorts, and we've been handing out challenge coins. What we want those to do is to remind you to see the good out in the world, to notice when someone's doing good or trying to help, and to do that yourself, to try to remember to do good on your own, and ultimately to pay it forward. So when you see someone, carry this coin with you, and when you see someone doing good, see a business owner doing good, see anybody doing good, to pay that forward and explain to them what these coins are all about. We would love to see these coins traveling around, helping people see the good in our communities, both as businesses and entrepreneurs and not. So happy birthday, Sea Change, and happy birthday to all of you. We will mail these out in the new year. And last but not least, I want to thank everyone. Thank our staff, thank our supporters, thank our partners, thank our sponsors, thank our participants, and thank you to the audience for being here today. Again, I mentioned this is our second annual Colorado cohort. We hope to continue running these cohorts in Colorado for years to come. We love the Colorado community. We love all of the folks that we have been meeting and working with, and the amazing ecosystems that we have gotten to be a part of. So thank you all for all of the work you're doing. Thank you to the participants, and mostly to the participants and the alumni for all of your hard work. We know you're going to go out there and change the world. So thank you all again, and have a wonderful night.